Broken comms and cold blood, trust and treachery in Special Forces missions. A gripping look at how broken communications in Special Ops lead to cold-blooded choices, testing trust and loyalty in a secret war environment. Broken comms, cold blood, Shadows of Retribution. Imagine you're hours into a mission where every second counts, every decision could mean life or death, and the line between right and wrong feels more blurred than ever before. Now picture that the lifeline of your entire operation, the communications, goes dead. No warnings, no updates, just silence. Welcome to the grim world of broken comms and cold-blooded choices, a theme that pulses through the latest episode of Shadows of Retribution. This episode doesn't just spin a yarn about secrecy and special ops. It paints a raw, high-stakes picture of what happens when trust crumbles and loyalties are pushed to their breaking point. The perfect storm, when silent radios mean more than danger. In the realm of special forces and covert ops, communication is the backbone of everything. A fallout in that connection can turn an orchestrated plan into chaos within minutes. The story lays bare the eerie tension when teams find themselves isolated, uncertain not only about the enemy's moves, but also about the intentions of those supposedly on their side. Picture elite operatives on a secret war zone, where split-second decisions become unavoidable. The failure of a simple radio exchange isn't just a technical hitch, it becomes a tactical catastrophe. It forces commanders to make calls fueled by fragmented intel and raw gut instinct, sometimes plunging them into moral grey areas. Justice or vengeance? The blurred line in the shadows. What's gripping, and frankly unsettling about this episode, is how it explores the emotional fallout of these fractured communications. Operatives, cut off from command, begin making cold, calculated decisions based on assumptions, fear, and desperation. In the silence, the sense of justice can quickly morph into something darker and more vengeful. Trust shattered. With no clear orders, the unit's once solid trust fractures swiftly, replaced by doubt. Loyalties tested. Friendships and alliances become fragile as paranoia creeps in when the stakes couldn't be higher. Cold-blooded decisions. When survival demands ruthless choices, the question remains, does that cross the line? The emotional landscape is complex here. On one hand, these are trained professionals operating in a world where the odds are stacked against them. But on the other, they're human, grappling with the consequences of every strike, every command, every silence. Why broken communications matter beyond the battlefield. You might be wondering why a story about special forces gone dark with comms failure matters to someone outside the military or espionage world. It's precisely this human element that hooks us in. Broken communication is a universal theme, how easily relationships unravel when messages go missing, when intentions are misunderstood, when trust falters. In a way, this episode offers a mirror for all of us. We see the risks of assumptions and the cost of silence, magnified at a life-or-death scale. Covert Ops and a World of Shadows. The book series Covert Ops by Steve Barker expands on these themes with thrilling, authentic detail, exploring the dangerous world of secret warfare and the men and women tasked with carrying it out. It's an ideal match for anyone fascinated by the nuanced world of special ops, where every mission is layered with tension and every choice could tip the scales. If you're craving that punchy combination of intelligence and pulse-raising action, Covert Ops is well worth your attention. Final thoughts. Broken comms and cold-blooded decisions aren't just plot points. They're reflections of how extreme situations can distort morality and fracture human connections. An episode like this compels us to think about the complex shades of loyalty and justice, especially when the usual rules no longer apply. So, if you're the sort who enjoys stories of high stakes and special forces, laced with real emotional grit and ethical dilemmas, this episode of Shadows of Retribution is your next must-listen. Join the mission. Immerse yourself in gripping tales of covert ops and secret wars by exploring the Covert Ops collection. Discover the full scope of danger, trust, and betrayal that come with living life in the shadows.